We're at International Armoured Vehicles 2018 and I'm speaking to Peter Hardisty, Managing Director, Rheinmetall Defence UK. Peter, we're standing beside Boxer. Well reported that the UK MOD has a requirement, mechanised infantry vehicle for a number of vehicles like Boxer. Could you perhaps talk us through Boxer and that requirement and Rheinmetall's position on that?
Yeah, of course. Well, it's not just Rheinmetall, it's ARTEC, which is a joint venture company between ourselves and Krauss-Maffei, which is the way in which Boxer would be marketed into the UK. So, as I understand it, mechanised infantry vehicle is a project the UK MOD are seeking to acquire, and we think it's something in the order of 500 vehicles, and that would be a range of variants: armoured personnel carrier, ambulance, command post, etc. And so the ARTEC approach, that's Rheinmetall and Krauss-Maffei, is that we would offer Boxer, which is the vehicle in service with the German and the Dutch forces and on order for the Lithuanians. We will offer Boxer through OCCAR, which is a multinational procurement agency based in Bonn, which the UK is a stakeholder in. And OCCAR would act as an agent for the UK MOD for the supply of Boxer. They do for other products and services as well. And that would allow the MOD to contract using a standard contracting template to OCCAR through to ARTEC, who then subcontract Krauss-Maffei and ourselves to deliver the capability. I think in our industrial model, it's important for me to highlight that although the vehicle is today made in the Netherlands, it's made in Germany for the German forces and will be made in Germany for the Lithuanians, our industrial model is that Boxer shall be built in the UK. And so we're running a series of competitions with Tier 1 suppliers to ensure that not only is the assembly, test and integration undertaken here, but so is the fabrication of the drive module and the mission module. And the mission module is the crew compartment, and the drive module is, as you would consider in a truck, a chassis. That work will be done here in the UK, and we're engaging with a number of Tier 1 defence contractors to undertake that package of work.
Now, to the layperson, it might appear easier for the UK government to come and purchase vehicles directly from Rheinmetall or Krauss-Maffei. Why would one want to involve ARTEC or OCCAR? And what real advantages do they offer to the UK taxpayer in a marketplace where sometimes cost is perhaps as important as what one is buying, full stop?
Well, the UK was instrumental in the creation of OCCAR and subsequently ARTEC when the UK were involved in the early stages of the Boxer project. Now, our investment in that programme way back in the late 90s, early 2000s allows the UK to have full user rights of the intellectual property underpinning the vehicle. Now, there's a couple of reasons why OCCAR is quite important in this respect. From an IP perspective, it allows the UK, if the vehicle is in service with the UK, to manufacture and export the vehicle from the UK to a third-party user country. That's quite important. We could export parts of a mission module, for example, from the UK if this was a larger multinational project. I think the second aspect is that it is a multinational project. The Brits were involved at the outset, and the contractual construct that is available to the UK MOD through OCCAR is full open book accounting. And so the UK MOD has the opportunity to see exactly what things cost and why they cost and ensure that they're getting best value for money without necessarily having a competition. They get more visibility than they would if we were in an open competition. And furthermore, because the UK invested at the outset, there is a premium that we would have to pay if this was a competition, 5% for access to the intellectual property. As a member state of and procuring through OCCAR, that's a 5% discount automatically.
And in terms of technology, Boxer, that's in service with the Germans, the Dutch, the Lithuanians. would the product that potentially gets offered to the UK MOD, would it need to be different? Could it be the same? And what is the growth potential of the base platform?
I think first point is that in our discussions with the MOD, which some time ago now, and our answer to the market surveys, we concentrated on the Dutch variants because we believe they are closer to the UK requirement. So first point is that there's a platform range of variants, command post, armoured fighting vehicle and infantry armoured personnel carrier, that are close to the UK requirement. So that was point one. Secondly, during the early stages of the project, the UK specified a reliability growth programme, which the other nations fully embraced, was conducted in detail over several years, underpinning the reliability that Boxer now demonstrates. I think the third aspect in terms of stretch potential or growth potential is that the vehicle that we would offer to the UK is a 38.5 tonne gross vehicle weight, and that gives the UK almost unprecedented growth in terms of payload, allowing more armour or more equipment. It allows, if we were to introduce a turreted variant, the turret to have the same extremely high levels of protection that are offered by the rest of the vehicle, and that's almost unique in a vehicle of this type available on the market today. In terms of generic vehicle architecture, we've already understood. We've got simulated systems in the lab already running with a full GVA in the mission module, and there's extensive opportunities to increase the armour protection available.
And finally, Peter, the list of competitors would be fairly well known to most within the industry. And some might say that some of your competitors have a well-established UK footprint. Some of them have manufactured armoured vehicles for the UK MOD before. To the layman, Rheinmetall's footprint in the UK may appear quite small. Could you outline what Rheinmetall's current footprint is, and to round the interview up, give us perhaps a brief synopsis of how that footprint would grow if this contract were awarded to the Rheinmetall consortium?
All right, well, I think there's two things to say. Firstly, it's the ARTEC consortium, so there are two companies involved. Krauss-Maffei own Whiffle, the military bridge manufacturer in Stockport. There's currently 200 people working there, and they export bridges around the world, ranging from the US, Switzerland, and Australia. That facility would be used to fabricate the drive module hulls, and in that facility alone, we estimate a further 200 posts will be created. Rheinmetall's footprint in the UK is a series of SMEs. There's a further 160 posts already Rheinmetall staff, and that ranges from an automotive SME in Oxfordshire doing patenting and design, early stage development of camshaft technologies for the automotive sector, because as you will be aware, Rheinmetall is a business that has a large automotive component business and a defence business. There's Rheinmetall Defence UK, there's Rheinmetall manned military vehicles looking after the 7,500 logistic vehicle fleet in the UK. And we've done a study with one of the big four accountancy companies to analyse how many jobs we think will be created if this vehicle is built in the UK. So I think it's worth emphasising that the armoured structures will be fabricated in the UK, the assembly, test, integration and commissioning of the vehicle will be done in the UK. Clearly all UK eyes-only activity will be done in the UK, and our estimates are that this will create or sustain a further 1,000 posts. We think that that's about 300 posts in the first tier vehicle assembly and about 700 posts in the supply chain, whether that be at Whiffle or elsewhere. The power pack of the vehicle is the same power pack that's in Ajax. That power pack will be sent here in kit form and will be assembled at the MTU facility, which is near Gatwick Airport. We've engaged with companies in the northeast, the northwest, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and in the Midlands. This vehicle was designed originally, built by Alvis Vickers, the early prototypes amongst other suppliers. It will be built in the UK, and it's 1,000 jobs contributing to the UK prosperity agenda.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Peter.